Now at 5:30 with an Arctic blast getting ready to settle in, it's important to make sure you're staying warm. We'll have more on two deaths the Fayette County coroner says may have been weather related.
Also on WKYT this morning, more snow has started falling right now. The city of Lexington still trying to clear up the last round of snow, and we'll bring you the updated situation out there on the roads this morning.
And we're looking outside with that winter weather advisory for everyone. Not only that, but a wind chill advisory has been put on top of this later on this afternoon and off into the night. Record-breaking cold. I'll show you all that coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from the WKYT News team. It's so good to have you along with us here on this Wednesday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hopefully it'll be a little bit easier for you today to get out of your driveway and hopefully navigate your neighborhood and out onto the main road.
It's beginning to be like at the checkout, you know, will there be anything else? Well, yeah, more to come. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris, who is tracking the changes in our First Alert Weather Center.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're looking at those big changes. Widespread snow this morning, on and off this afternoon, and it's kind of hit and miss, too. But everybody gets in on the mix this morning. 75, also Bluegrass Parkway, 64 heading toward Louisville and Frankfort. Snow covered already, as those road crews have to do it all over again. Current temperature sitting there in the teens. We're at 17 now in Lexington, 19 in Danville. Over toward the east-southeast, we're a little bit cooler because the snow hasn't made its way there just yet. We're at 20 this afternoon. Snow showers in the forecast today. You have a chance all day long. And then here comes that big blast of cold air. I'll show you how low we go with these numbers coming up.
All right, thank you. While we have all been talking about certainly the snow that we've gotten so far, we can't forget about just how dangerously cold those temperatures are going to be.
Record-breaking lows due to start settling in tonight. The Fayette County coroner says the cold may be to blame already for two deaths in Lexington. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel is live from the community and with the latest on that.
Good morning. The Fayette County coroner is investigating if this cold weather combined with alcohol may have contributed to two recent deaths. Coroner Gary Ginn says that 56-year-old James Clifton was found dead yesterday in a deserted mobile home in the 100 block of West Loudon Avenue. Ginn says there wasn't any heat in that home, but there were blankets. On Sunday morning, a 24-year-old nurse, Madeline Suture, was found dead outside near her apartment on Unity Drive. This cold also has local emergency shelters nearing capacity, and the snow is putting a strain on resources. Leaders over at the Hope Center say they're in desperate need of gloves, hats, and toiletries. The community inn here on Winchester Road is staying open around the clock, but they too are asking for both food and blanket donations. Live in Lexington, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
All right, as we see the snow coming down there along Winchester Road.
Well, Lexington road crews still out working to clean up those roads.
And while many main roads have been cleared, snow that has started falling again this morning, obviously already complicating matters. WKYT's Mark Barber continues our weather team coverage this morning from the UK campus with a look at conditions there. They're hoping to open up campus this morning.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. I just measured an inch of fresh snow here at UK's Avenue of Champions, and that number is climbing fast. As you can see, the snow is really coming down hard, and the road here that was cleared just about an hour ago is now covered with snow. Now, I made my way down here to, again, UK's Avenue of Champions about 4:15 this morning, and at that time, most main roads in the city that I could see were reasonably clear. But that changed almost instantly as soon as the snow started coming down again. Now, we have put calls into police, but we are still waiting at this time to hear back from them about if any drivers are having trouble on these slick roads. About 400 drivers needed assistance back when we got our first snowstorm on Monday. So again, no word yet at this point about how many drivers are needing help this morning. Now, we have gotten a hold of road crews, and they tell us that they were treating subdivisions mainly last night, but they say now that the snow is coming down hard, they are refocusing their attention here on main streets. They say they are putting salt down. At this point, they don't want to lose any ground because they say they had most main roads reasonably clear and even dry in some places. Now, if you do have to head out the door and on your way to work this morning, you may want to plan a few extra minutes into your drive time because, again, in the past hour, we have seen an inch of fresh snow here, and the snow is just going to continue piling up. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Yeah, we were just beginning to see pavement in a lot of areas, especially on those priority roads after all that scraping and salting and working. This is a live look now at how some of the other roads in Lexington are shaping up as the snow is coming down once again this morning. Again, the main roads had pretty much been cleared up. At least there is not that large amount of snow on the road, so maybe a good scrape or two there along Nicholasville Road, which we're looking at right now. Looks like as we're approaching a new circle. Maybe, you know, they'll be able to clear this off rather quickly, but it keeps coming down. So that's the issue this morning, that once again, after that more than 10 inches of snow in Lexington over the last couple of days, now we have additional snowfall out there. University of Kentucky again trying to open its campus today. Some people trying to get back to normal, but it's going to be quite a challenge given the snow and the very, very cold temperatures that we anticipate Thursday and Friday around here.
Well, the winter storm has kept the Madison County Rescue Squad busy over the last few days. They've helped more than 80 medical workers and patients get to healthcare facilities. They also were called out to more than a dozen crashes, many driver assists. Many side roads in Madison County still dangerous, so they are asking drivers to stay off the roads if possible.
With all the snow, many people will undoubtedly have to do some shoveling over the next few days. UK Healthcare has some tips on how to stay safe while shoveling. Cold temperatures can increase the risk of having a heart attack while you're shoveling. Doctors recommend that anyone over the age 55 should be especially careful. They also say not to shovel after eating or smoking and to pace yourself. In addition, you should always watch out for signs of a heart attack like chest discomfort and shortness of breath.
Some folks stuck in a snow-covered Danville neighborhood received some help from the Center College football team. The players shoveled more than 20 driveways early Tuesday morning, but the team only had 3 shovels to go around, so they had to get creative to remove all that snow.
Tupperware lids, chairs. A guy took 2 dustpans and taped them on each end of a broomstick.
That is being inventive right there. The center coaching staff tells us this project is instilling the virtues they want their team to have.
All right, some good deeds over there by those Center College kids. All right, we have seen a lot of people helping each other out during this winter storm, of course. Over in Louisville, one of those heartwarming rescues was caught on camera. First responders had to rescue a married couple and their dog from a half-frozen pond. The dog's owners were rescued first, but their dog Lady was left treading water. That's when a neighbor grabbed her kayak and went in to help.
I just paddled over to the dog, and she put her paws up there. I grabbed her collar, and then down here she had long fur, and just got her up on the nose of the boat.
The fire crews had a rope attached to Young's kayak to pull her back in once she rescued this lucky lady. Lady, her owners, and her rescuers are now safe. Good news there. Well, new this morning, a Rockcastle County Fire Department helped out an emergency crew overnight. Broadhead firefighters helped EMS crews by carrying a patient from their home to the ambulance. You can see the driveway packed with snow. That was the only way they could get the patient to the awaiting ambulance. The Broadway Fire Department says that they have helped more than 15 people get the help they need in Rockcastle County because of the massive storm. It might be cold, it might be a big hassle, but we always enjoy seeing these great pictures. A lot of memories being made out in the snow.
Yes, definitely. Take a look at this picture from a user, Yesterday's Kid, on Twitter. She says she and her sister made this snow T-Rex. This is from our viewer, Alyssa, who built a big blue igloo in honor of the Cats going 26-0 last night.
And here's a heartwarming weatherman, a snowman there, as you see, who is Florida bound from Clay County. On the way to Florida. Good idea. Thanks to Donna for sending in that picture. And if you have pictures, we'd love to see them and maybe share them as well. Just send them using the hashtag WKYT Rules Winter. As always, for the latest closings, delays, and forecasts, you can go to our website, which is WKYT.com. We're tracking the investigation this morning into a deadly accident at a Scott County farm. The coroner tells us a man was hit Tuesday night by his own tractor. The Scott County coroner says Sean Lee was on his farm off Ironworks Pike trying to jump-start his tractor. We're told he did not realize the tractor was in neutral, causing the tractor to then lurch forward, landing on top of him and killing him.
We have about one a year here in the wintertime. Had one last year roll over out on 460 toward Frankfort, and we'll have at least one tractor accident per winter.
Lee was alone when the accident happened. The coroner tells us his fiancée was the person who found his body. The coroner says the weather did not play a part in his death.
Well, firefighters are still trying to figure out what caused a fire that killed an elderly Montgomery County woman. The coroner identified the victim as 76-year-old Mary Souls. Firefighters say they found her dead inside her home on Rose Court in Mount Sterling. Family members say Souls lived alone but was well known in the area.
We're going to miss it, but I know that we'll meet again. We'll meet again on the other side, because she sure was dedicated to her servant to the Lord.
Well, firefighters do not suspect foul play. The coroner is still trying to figure out exactly what caused Souls' death.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul says he will soon decide if he is running for president. At a Rotary Club meeting in Kenton County, he talked about issues currently facing the state legislature. He took questions from the press. When asked about the 2016 presidential race, he said he'll have to use some key guidelines in order to decide.
Some of it depends on whether the message resonates, whether or not we think there's enough people out there that we could actually win. We don't want to do it just to do it. We want it because if we do it, because we think we can win and that we can provide something for the country that no other candidate can.
The senator has a busy week ahead. He'll be in Lexington today for 2 separate events, and he'll be at a roundtable discussion speaking to Commerce Lexington. That's scheduled for noon in Lexington as well on Thursday. Then Friday, he'll be in Louisville for a forum on criminal justice reform. Today marks Ash Wednesday for many Christians around the world. More than 1 billion Christians around the world will enter the season of Lent today. It's a time of preparation for Easter. Revelers gathered yesterday for Fat Tuesday celebrations, a time to celebrate before the more solemn season of Lent begins. The season of Lent lasts 46 days.